Welcome to the webinar. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wanted to share some information that I thought might be helpful to you. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm not going to talk too long because I want to get into the meat of what we're talking about. My name is Stacy McGowan. I've been helping small businesses with their online marketing for 3 years now. I mainly focus on reputation marketing, but I also have always understood the importance of video marketing and encourage my clients to do review videos, so have their customers do a review for them and put that in video form. And you'll see why in a minute. I have a passion for helping independent business owners. And you may think this sounds cheesy, but I'm just going to tell you, I believe that independent business owners are the future of our country. If you haven't noticed, there's been a shift. People are wanting to take control of their lives, still make money, but enjoy their life and have more balance and not work for a large corporation and get laid off. So that's kind of my story, but it's just been, you know, it used to be that the security was getting with a good company, and that's what we were taught, right? Go to college, get with a good company, work hard for 40 years and then retire because they're going to take care of you. That's not really the case with most companies anymore. So I've noticed a shift, and I'm really, really passionate about helping small business owners and independent business owners. Recently, I found that I get really excited about video marketing, and I've started implementing it into my own business, which I wasn't doing before. And but now I'm really seeing the importance. You know, it's kind of, I don't know if you're like me, I can help other people, but it's harder to help myself. So weird. But anyway, so I've started implementing into my own business, and I truly believe it's my responsibility to share what I've learned so far on this journey. You know, I just believe as human beings, we learn something, we get knowledge, we share that knowledge. You know, we give, we get, and then we give, and that's just the way it should be. So I don't know everything yet. I'm still working on my my own personal businesses. If you went and looked at them, you'd be like, what? Because I have a lot of work to do. But I didn't want to wait until I was perfect, because I'll never be. But I didn't want to wait until I had everything together before showing this to you, because it might be valuable information for you. Something, hopefully, you'll get something out of this training that will help you in the long run. Okay, so that's the goal. So the question is, could you use more leads for your business? I know I could. Most people probably would say yes. So in other words, what if more people were asking you about your business opportunity, about shopping at your online store, visiting your landing page? What would that do for your business? So why video? The brain processes visual data 60,000 times faster than text content. And then videos increase your ability to retain information. So think about it. Your brain is processing the data faster, and it's retaining the information. Don't you want your customers to process the data and retain it? Isn't that the point? Videos should help you better connect, videos do help you better connect and build trust with that audience, with your audience. So the stats. 82% of Twitter users watch video content on Twitter. I don't know if y'all realize that 82%, that means only 18% don't watch videos on Twitter. YouTube has over 1 billion users. That's almost 1/3 of the total internet users. I love YouTube. Anything I need to know, I can go to YouTube and I can find it. So 45% of people watch more than an hour of Facebook or YouTube videos a week. I fall into that 45%. More than 500 million hours of videos are watched on YouTube each day. It's hard to even grasp that. More video content is uploaded in 30 days than the major US television networks have created in 30 years. Wrap your head around that one. That is amazing. 30 days. That's more than they created in 30 years. 87% of online marketers use video content. According to HubSpot, businesses that use online video grow revenue 49% faster year over year than those that don't. 49%. Do you want to use video in your business? Should you want to use video in your business? Heck yeah. Yes, you should. So we're going to talk, the first thing we're going to talk about is Facebook Live. Why Facebook Live? In my opinion, it's just very simple, and it has some tools that go along with it that I really like. It's free. I love that. Facebook notifies your followers when you go live. So I heard a statistic the other day, and I didn't put it in here because I didn't know where I heard it. But I heard that when you post something to Facebook, 6% of your followers see it. Does that get you real excited? 6%? No, me neither. It's kind of discouraging. But when you do a Facebook Live, Facebook actually goes out there and tells all your followers, hey, Stacey McGowan's online on live. Come watch her. That, to me, is pretty cool. And quite frankly, I can't believe that that's free. Your Facebook Live is 100% unique content. 100%. There's no other Facebook Live like yours. Even if the content, even if like the list of whatever you're talking about is exactly the same, your Facebook Live is totally unique. Nobody else is you. It lets your target audience get to know you. We'll talk about target audience in a minute, but real-time commenting and live reactions allow hosts and viewers to interact. So you can be on a Facebook Live. John Doe comes on. You can say, hey, John, how are you doing? He can type it back. Hey, you have any questions? He can type it back. You can answer. It's like standing in front of somebody and having a conversation. You can have conversations with people in real life. They can be halfway around the world. That's pretty freaking amazing. Yeah, you know, I come from a time when we didn't have any of this, so I get very amazed by it. Your Facebook Live can be a minute long, it can be 4 hours long. And the advantage of being able to have it 4 hours is, say you have a live event, but people around the world can't come to your live event. You can broadcast it on Facebook Live. You can teach a class on Facebook Live. You can do a demonstration on Facebook Live. So I think that's a huge advantage. It has built-in analytics. So you can go and you can see how your video is performing. You can, you know, it's a really good tool. If you have a topic and you don't feel like anybody's looking at it, you can look at the analytics and you say, well, that wasn't a great topic, but then you have another one that's totally blowing up. You know that people are very interested in that topic. So, or maybe it could be the time of day. There's a lot of things to consider, but it just helps you to narrow down if you're wasting your time and spinning your wheels, or if you're actually taking the action that's appropriate. And then you can even boost your Facebook Live video as a paid ad. I threw this in here. 90% of millennials and 79% of baby boomers say answering social media questions is cool instead of annoying. Well, how does that come into play on a Facebook Live? What is y'all's favorite exercise to do in the summer? Let them answer. What is your greatest health concern? Let them answer. It engages your audience. It makes them feel important. And it lets you know what they're thinking. It's very important to do the market research so that you know what your target market is thinking. Facebook Live videos are also receive 5 times more engagement than standard photo posts. So that means when you put a video, somebody's more likely to make a comment, like, share, do something to engage in that video than they are with a photo post. Tips for a successful Facebook Live. Before I start with the tips, I want to talk about the time length of a Facebook Live. There's a little bit of a controversy, and me personally, I don't do what Facebook recommends. So Facebook recommends that you have a Facebook Live for 10 minutes. The reason being, which I totally understand, is they're going out there and they're telling all your followers, hey, Stacy's online on live, go watch her. So they want to make sure that people have time to get there to watch you. They have time to tell them, and then they get there. So 10 minutes is what they recommend. So my perspective, and I was reading, there's some people who agree with me, is that the human attention span is very short. My attention span is very short. I love my friends and coworkers and, you know, mentors, peeps that on Facebook, but if I have 1,000 things going on, I'm not going to sit there for 10 minutes and watch their video. It's just that simple. Now, if I'm expecting it, like it's a class or it's a demonstration or it's a training or, it's an interview, things, if you're expecting it, that's different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about, hey, here's 10 tips. You don't have to do one tip per minute, and that would take forever. And who's going to sit there and listen to that? So you've got to me, I think you have to be careful. Most of mine are 5 minutes and under. A lot of them are like a minute and a half, just because I don't want people to tune out. I want to make it fun, interesting, get to the point, teach them something, get some value, and close before and get them to the next step, because at the end I give them a direction. So before they say, oh, I'm so bored with this, I cannot watch her one more minute, I don't care what the tips are. So that's just you might want to do some research on it on your own. I'm not going to tell you that it's wrong to do it for 10 minutes. I'm just telling you my perspective, and there is some controversy on that. All right, so now we can move on. Know your target audience. You have to know who you're talking to. You have to know their pain points. You have to know what they're interested in. You have to know where they hang out. You have to know them. If you don't, how are you going to give them value? How are they going to take the next step with you? If they don't care what you're talking about, I'm not a millennial, and I don't even know what I would say that would be an example of only millennials would want to hear, because my son is, but I just tune all that out. But if I'm talking about something that only applies to millennials and my target audience is 45-year-old women, I've lost them. So you've got to know your target audience. Before you do anything else, you've got to know your target audience. Otherwise, who the heck are you talking to? So promote before you broadcast. So, a day, you could even do it a day or a week. The best thing is to do it at the same time every day or every week, whatever, set your schedule so it's consistent. But you can say, hey, I'm going to be doing the top 10 tips to get more leads. So every time you remind your audience, share something of value. Like, for instance, tip number 1 is da-da-da-da. Or, an example of the kind of information we'll be covering. Bring your pens, because I know you're going to want to hear how to get more leads without leaving your office or without leaving your bedroom. So things like that to get them interested. Build up the curiosity, but give them just a little bit of value in there. Limit distractions. So this has actually happened to me where I've had, a dog chasing a cat while I was trying to do a Facebook Live. Turn off the TV, make sure that, maybe put some tape over your doorbell, make sure your ringer's off on your phone, things like that. You want to be totally focused, because I get very distracted, and to me it's distracting enough because you're trying to keep up with the people who are conversing with you on the Facebook Live and keep up with what you're saying. And so there's enough to focus on without having things going on in the background. As people join the broadcast, do a quick recap of what's going on and what you're talking about. So I wouldn't do it with every person unless they're like really slow coming in. But, you know, a couple of people who weren't there in the beginning join, and I'd say, hey, welcome, John and Taya. We're here and we're talking about how to get leads, and we're on number 4. I'm so glad you could join us, or something like that, so that they kind of have an idea and they don't feel ignored. And then, if possible, acknowledge your viewers as they tune in. Just like I said, say, hey, thanks for joining. So glad you came. And that will help encourage them to stay for the whole thing. But it also makes them feel valuable. Like, hey, she's really excited that I'm here. It makes me feel important. And, you know, and I always tell people, thanks for supporting me. Thanks for supporting my business. And, you know, Facebook Lives is relatively new to me. So I'm just like, thanks for watching. I totally screwed that up, but I really appreciate you hanging in there with me. And that has happened where I've like totally lost what I was talking about. And I'm just real about it. And always very, very grateful to people, especially when I screw up, who hang in there with me and support me and, you know, leave comments. So respond to questions and comments in real time. You know, if somebody has a question, what do you mean I don't have to leave my bedroom, or, you know, whatever, you can respond, even if you don't answer the question. So we all know that some people will put in stuff that's totally not appropriate or totally not within the realm of what you're talking about. So just, hey, John, I appreciate you asking that question. I think that's a great question. I'm going to give you a call later. Or, you know, whatever, just don't ignore them. You need to acknowledge it, even if you can't answer the question at the time. You don't have to be Johnny on the spot and be able to, you know, have this brilliant mind for the 5 minutes or 10 minutes that you're on the Facebook Live. Nobody expects that. Everybody knows you're human, and that's fine. Be yourself. Again, be human, be authentic. And quite personally, I think that people, I don't know how to phrase this. They don't like it when you mess up, but they like it because it shows them that you're real. You're not fake. You're not pretending to be perfect, because none of us are. You're a real person, and they can identify with that because they're not perfect either. And so just be yourself. People want to see authentic. There's enough fake out there. So just be yourself. Give value. You know, like I was saying, it is my deep belief that we're given information and knowledge and gifts, and we're supposed to pass those on. So give value. You don't have to give away the whole farm, but, you know, out of 15 things that somebody could do, you could give them 5, and then they can come ask you for the other 10. You know, give value. Let them, even if they never see you again, let them walk away as a reward, let's say, for watching that Facebook Live. Let them walk away with something that's going to do something good for them. Don't be salesy. Nobody wants a sleazy salesperson sitting, you know, on their couch while they're watching a Facebook Live. Then that's what you would be. You would be the sleazy salesperson in their living room. They don't want that. They wouldn't invite you into their house if you were like that. They don't want to see you on Facebook Live if you're like that. And then before ending, you need to tell your viewers what you want them to do. You need to give them some direction. So you could say, you know, please, if you got value out of this, can you like and share it with your friends? Can you go to my Facebook page and like it? Drop me a number 1 if you want my PDF showing all 10 of the tips, because I only gave you 8, but I'll give you the rest. Or, you know, something like that. 8's a lot, I would, but whatever. You get the drift. You got to tell your audience what to do. Otherwise, hey, that was a great video. and they go on their day. You didn't give them direction. You didn't tell them what to do. Again, these are things I'm learning too. So your description and video thumbnail are by far the most important pieces of your video. So one, the video for me usually stops when I have a really weird look on my face or my hands are up in the air or whatever, and that becomes my thumbnail. So you can go in the settings and you can change that to an image that's more becoming, so people will want to watch the video. And then secondly, as far as the description goes, you want to give them a little bit of information, but you want to spark, see the sparkles? You want to spark curiosity. You want them to want to know more. All right, so now you've created your Facebook Live, you've ended it, Facebook has put it on your timeline, and it's there. And in my experience, I get a lot more viewers, and maybe it's because mine are shorter, a lot more viewers after the fact than during the live. But I even had one that was a month old, and I got 3 different people commented on it yesterday. So I don't know, I really don't understand how all that works, but it's, you know, it just keeps on working for you. It's really cool. But now that you've done that, now guess what? You can download that Facebook Live and you can use it on other platforms. So you can put it on, here's what I do. I download mine and then I put it on YouTube because I'm trying to build my YouTube channel. It's just very beginning of it, but I'm working on that. So I put it on YouTube. Then I take it from YouTube and I share it to Twitter, or I share it to LinkedIn if appropriate. I don't share a lot to LinkedIn. I share it to LinkedIn, or I'll share it to, where else? I'll share it to Instagram if appropriate. So there's lots of different places that you can share it and make the most use out of the content that you've created. You can download it and edit it. You can add stuff to it, take stuff away that you didn't like. You can put, what's it called, the captioning on it so people can read what you said. So that's one thing that I really love about doing the Facebook Live videos, because it's an easy way for me to create content that I can use over and over again. You could even take this script and you could turn that into a written blog post, or you can do a video blog. All kinds of things you can do. So I wanted to talk about a few other online video tools that I use. Don't get me wrong, there's hundreds out there. The ones these are just ones that I've used, and I use the free versions of them. So Legend is a phone app, and it's really cool. You can take like a quote and turn it into a video, or, you know, something about your product, turn it into a video. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. You can also, if you're into editing your videos, you can create an introduction with Legend for your video. Lumen 5, I was just introduced to it a couple of weeks ago. It's my new favorite. I love it. It is desktop. You can use it on your desktop. I think they have an app too. And you can whip out a video in about 10 minutes. Oh yeah, that's another thing I was going to say. Just because you're doing video doesn't mean it has to be your face in the video all the time. So I did a Facebook Live where I walked my dog, and it was really humid outside, and I remember something on my walk because I was listening to Napoleon, and I remembered something that I wanted to share. However, I'm all for being real, but I looked horrible. So I pointed my Facebook Live, I pointed my camera at my dog, and I just talked. It was only a minute and a half or something. But people really liked that. A lot of people watched that video. So, you know, people love dogs, just FYI. But it doesn't always have to be your face. I shared a recipe for salad dressing that I made, a healthy salad dressing, because I run a healthy Let's Get Healthy group. And I just focused the camera while I was talking on the salad dressing. So it doesn't always have to be your face just because you're doing a Facebook Live. And just because you're doing a video doesn't mean it has to be a Facebook Live. So like Lumen 5, and I'll try to show you in just one second, it's like a series of words and pictures together with music. It's really cool. Ripple is on my phone. Ripple is actually really cool because it'll keep up with, it'll track for you, but it also has suggestions on things to post. It's just short little videos. The one theme for today is Throwback Thursday, and it has a template for you to use. So very easy to use. And I've been trying to do, I haven't been successful. I've been trying to get to the point where I'm doing a Ripple every day because you can do different topics and things. My new favorite as well, it's a phone app. It's called InShot. It is so cool. You can add emojis, you can add words, you can add music, background music. I did one and I thought it was kind of boring. I'm just doing a product demo. So I added some background music and I added some words and I added a couple of emojis in there, and it really made it a little bit more entertaining because it was 8 minutes long. And to me, that's a long time. I know most people are like, it's not very long. To me, that's a long time. So I wanted to make it a little more interesting. So I used InShot for that. You don't, as far as I can tell, and I haven't been playing with InShot very long. As far as I can tell, you don't record the video with InShot, but you can upload the video to InShot. And I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong about all of these. I'm just telling you what I do. Vigo, I haven't played with very much. I think it's like 15-minute videos. You can see other people's videos, but you can also do your own, and it keeps them in a collection. And then Trent.com, you can go and you can put captioning on your videos. And I don't know about you, but I keep my phone on mute a lot because when I'm scrolling through Facebook and somebody has a loud video and the music just automatically starts playing, even though you haven't clicked on it, it's very, very annoying, and I don't like that at all. So I keep mine on mute. So this way I could look at the video and see what's going on and see what the person is saying without having to turn the sound on to disrupt everybody else. Because if somebody's watching TV, they don't want to. And okay, so pet peeve, confession. It really annoys me when I'm in a restaurant and I have to listen to somebody else's videos. Does that bother anybody else? Oh my gosh. So I don't want to do that to other people, so I keep it on mute. And then Pexels I put in here because I get a lot of my pictures, my photos to make photo posts, but they also have short videos, and they you have to read on the side and make sure, but most of them, in my experience, have been free to use for personal or business purposes, and you don't have to mention the person. You don't have to do an attribute. So Pexels it's great. I love Pexels. Again, it has short videos and it has pictures that you can use. So like I said, I'm sure there's many, many more. I'm actually not going to go into any of these because well, we can talk about it later. If you have questions, I'll be happy to walk out the room, because I really, maybe we can do a training just on Lumen 5 and just on InShot and just on Trent. Trent is very cool. Now, Trent is not free, but they give you a free trial, and it's in minutes. So if your video is 3 minutes, you use 3 minutes of your trial. So it's like, I think it's a 30-minute trial. And so you just, to use that 30 minutes up, and then you purchase in time. So I want to purchase another 30 minutes or whatever. I'm still on my free. I haven't used it that much, but I love it. All right. Any questions? Put them in the comment box. I have a PDF that's 50 video content ideas. So if you're like, I have no idea what to make a video about, you can let me know. Just make a comment or comment below, and I will get you the 50 video content ideas. And then also, when we're talking about videos, I have a hard time not talking about attraction marketing. So when I do my videos, I don't go on there I don't do like a Facebook Live to sell people. I'm not toothpaste. You got to have toothpaste. I don't do that on my Facebook Live. I mean, I will post about toothpaste without selling, you know what I'm saying, not being salesy. But I don't do that on my Facebook Live. Instead, for instance, for example, I did a Facebook Live because toothpaste is one of my products. I did a Facebook Live on having a healthy mouth and what that does for you and for the rest of your body, or not having a healthy mouth and how that affects the rest of your body. So, and then I did mention at the end, if you'd like to know what I use, I actually have access to a really great fluoride toothpaste that has a patented formula that'll keep your mouth clean and whiten your teeth. You just brush your teeth twice a day. But all I did in the whole video was give value. Do you see the difference? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. So, and I talked about things even within that would interest my target market. I want to attract them. I want them to say, oh my gosh, she has information that we need. I want to follow her. I want to know what else she has to say. That's the whole point. So, long story short, attractionmarketingresults.net /M=MCSTAZ. There is a training, and it's only $1. $1. So I would take advantage of that. I did take advantage of that. It has changed the way that I market. So hopefully it'll change, or at least enlighten you guys and be of some value to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me share what I've learned about video marketing. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help. I love sharing and teaching and mentoring others. So I really appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. Live life well. Thank you.